Alright, what you're looking at here is my favorite DOS paint program, Deluxe Paint 2 Enhanced, and got some artwork here and have saved it as a PCX file. And if we jump to the browser here, you see the same image being displayed here. And how I did this was using the Pas2JS compiler. And if we look at the actual source, we're including the PCX file right here. Now, by default, you can't easily display PCX files or any non-standard files like a lot of DOS formats. It's nothing that support. What you can display very easily is ping files. So if this was a ping file, we could easily use the draw image command and display that on the canvas. And that's great and everything, but that's not what I was interested. I was interested in adding non-standard image files and also various other types of binary files. This PCX file was just a way of testing if I would be able to read other types of files if I attach them this way. And so I wrote a small unit, and if we flip through that, let me open it up. Uh, so a few lines of code, let's see, less than 100 lines of code basically, and it allows me to simulate standard um, file commands to basically simulate what you normally do by reading files from disk. So instead of reading from disk, we're reading from a resource file. So I have similar function names. So I'm using a sign res file instead of a sign. I'm using res read byte and res read word instead of block read, and also simulating the seek and end of file command. And I've taken some of my old uh, Pascal code that reads PCX files from disk and have modified it to use these new routines. And if we go through this, let me just find the first instance. So when we're reading the header here, we're using the res read byte and basically assembling all the information that we normally read from a disk file. And just to show you that this is actually very easy to do, I'm going to switch back to Deluxe Paint, select new, and let's just draw something new. Let's just call it test. And let's just put a little border around it. All right, that looks great. I will save this as test2.pcx. Sure, replace it. Okay, I'm going to jump to my development folder here, and I will copy that file over. And if we do a directory, you'll notice it's up in uppercase. This is very important that I rename it back to lowercase because the Pas2JS compiler has problems with at the uppercase. So I'm going to rename it back to lowercase. So everything's in lowercase now, good. And I'm going to come back to our actual code, and it's this right here. And so This is the original image we were loading in the resource file. I will copy it and call it test2. Save it. And in this line here is where we're displaying it. I will replace it with test2. And I will recompile this. And if you notice here, this second line from the bottom here, writing file game-rs.html file. So each time you include a file to be, well, each time you create a res file, it actually creates it inside here. So if we open that file up, we can see that both of those files are included here. And if we copy them and paste them in our main HTML file, I will delete that. So we have two resources, one named circ and one named test2. And you can see that these are rather long lines. So it goes up to 6,304 columns, basically. And this one goes up to 8,429 columns. So very long lines. And I will save this. And if we go to our browser, let's refresh this. There we go. We just got our new image that we included in our resource file. Now, I don't have any code to release. It's a little messy at this point. This is just test code, but I just wanted to show what was possible with the Pas2JS compiler. The more I use it, the more I find it's something amazing, and I'll be using it more and more in the future. I just wanted to share this with you.